Welcome to Bookland Farm. And this is a Let's Play with a difference, because it's not, this is going to be a world spanning farm, and I'll explain what I mean. This is, I've never done this before, I've never seen anyone else do this before, but it's an idea that came to me this last week. Now it is a start from scratch. I'll show you that I've never been on here before. I'm going to go with my standard settings, which we want to be on pounds. And we are on hard economy, and we're doing that on all 1 day months, 3 day seasons, everything's on. And I'm going to go with my standard settings. I'll slow the dirt down because all it is just getting mucky, and the fuel usage I go to normal. I don't make it easy, but yeah, it's slightly easier than normal. Settings are my standard settings, and these are going to be for this entire series. Yeah, these are the standard settings on every single map. I'm calling this series Around the World in 80 Days. That's the basic idea, that we literally do 7 sessions, 7-hour-long sessions on each map. Now let me just show you, let me just pull back as well so you can see more of the map. Yeah, if I press that, if we cheated and we'd got something, it would go blue. We all know that, and I haven't, so yeah, it looks like this is quite helpful. I'm going to say it really is. Now I'm going to go for my standard. We're going to repay the loan. Some start from scratches, and I've never been on Bookland. I did say that I was literally going to do this. I don't mind if the excuse me, the map maker's given us equipment for this start. This is really going to be useful, because the one thing I'm going to say is what we're going to do is the equipment is the only thing that is going from map to map. So I would take the XML file of the equipment. I'm not going to keep expanding. We only need so many tractors, but when I get the dream team, we can swap, we can buy, and all that type of stuff. In the 7 sessions that we have on each map, we can do what we like. I can sell, obviously, do what I like, and buy what I like. We've only got a limited amount of cash. We cannot take the cash from map to map. We're going to do a start from scratch, but because we've got the advantage of taking the equipment with us from one map to another, I'm only going to allow 100,000 of the start from scratch money when we move from map to map, which is going to be really tight. We're going to start with a set of equipment. We can build that up on the first map, and then that's going to take to the second map. Any changes we make to the equipment will go to the third map, and so on and so forth. On each map, we can only do maximum of 7 hour-long-ish sessions, including time lapses. Yeah, so the session might be 2 hours, but it's one play session. And the idea is that after we've moved from Great Britain, we're going to go over to France, and we're going to do 7 sessions in a map of your choosing, either in France. Then we're going to go to Germany or Denmark and Sweden. It doesn't matter, any of those maps. Again, the choice is yours. Then we're going to go to somewhere in Germany. Then we're going to go to Poland, Bavaria, Czechoslovakia, any of a map in those areas. And then from there we're going to go through to Russia, Sosnovka. That's the only Russian map I know. And then from there, if there are any Asian maps, I've never played one, I've never seen one, but if there are any and you know of one that you'd like me to do in the Asian area, then gladly I'll do that too. Then I thought we'd go over to Australia, and there are a couple of Australian maps. As the Western, I've just seen it as I was looking at maps to try to download this very map, because I didn't have this one installed, and I thought, well, I've never been to Bookland Farm. The idea is, it's not, I have never been on this farm before. I've not run a series. You can obviously check my YouTube channel to see if I've ever done this. I could still have had a look around, but I haven't. I'm not a liar. If I'm going to do this and do a fair challenge, then that's what I thought it would be. Standard rules will apply. Bank loans are frowned upon. The only time I'll allow bank loans is if we've got product to sell the day after or the day after that. When I mean the month after, or the month after that. If we've got 250 tons of silage and we're going to sell it at the BGL the next day, and there was an item in the sales that is just too stupendous for us to lose, then I'd gladly have a bank loan only in that situation, not to suit self, other than a situation like that. So yeah, trying to think. Contracts are allowed. Leasing is allowed. Because yeah, it's going to be a challenge. It's on hard economy. So I mean, to be honest, it's going to be difficult to make traction. So I think that is everything. So yeah, really, what I'd like to do. This may be the one exception that's not. I might do the seven sessions, post it and give you time, or I might post it a session at a time, but this one especially at first, to give you a chance to basically vote where do we go into France. And if you wish to go further ahead, then by all means, please just post where you would like us to go after we've gone from Buckland Farm over to Europe. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be France first, it could be Spain or yeah, any of the European countries. Hopefully maps I've not done before, but I don't mind if I go again. And I was thinking, I said this, I've run this before, but I'm doing it from Buckland because I've never done Buckland. We've got equipment, which that's a nice place to start, unexpected. So yeah, if it's a map I have already done, if that's your choice, then I want to try to go, if I can afford a field, to an area that I've not been to before on the map. I don't want to be doing the same things where I think, yeah, that's a good field, I'm going to have that one. Of course, you can click on the fields anyway, that's true. You can't always afford every field, though. That's one thing I'm also going to say. Yeah, when you look around, we've got that's 730 grand. There's a lot of fields you just couldn't afford. Oh wow, that's a biggie. Yeah, and some groups as well. 313,000. This is a map that is going to be hard to break into. Looking at that, yeah, even that small field there it looks like it's an expensive map. Again, I didn't know that. It's also 41. So yeah, let's go in together. We have got this. We can do what we like. So I'll say this. We're lucky, and I do mean that because I didn't know this. We're lucky that this very first one we have actually got some equipment. So let's have a look. What have we got? We have Massey Ferguson, round baler, and we do have that. Again, I can swap out and do what I like. We will get rid of the loans straight away, but I did want to show this. Yeah, whatever I like. If we want to take the harvester, we can do. If we want to buy another one, we can do. Obviously, if I'm going to do selling from, it would be straight from here. Yeah, we wouldn't be like faffing around. I would not going to the shop or wasting time like that, because this one is more of a rules of engagement, and this is the exception because I'm explaining the actual entire, not the series. It's going to be a series of going from one map to another. So yeah, that's not a bad 6 meter standard Dalbo, and a beautiful set. Ooh, the crossflow as well. I do. It's one of my favourite mowers. And we have a couple of tractors. One large 348. So a while since I've had the JCB, and one John Deere 6R, 6250R. But yeah, you know, the 6 series. So yeah, weights, again, we can do what we like with that. So what is in the sales? Cultivator, we'd already got one, but again, I don't mind doing crafties if we're going to do a swap out for one thing for another, if it means that we earn a little bit of cash, that type of stuff. So but we do, one of the biggest things we do need to do is we are going to need a field. We may have to, looking at the price of the fields. It's August as well. Now, the other thing is I'd forgotten to mention, no generators. I don't want any safety net. There can be no safety net at all. If we'd not got animals, we could still go through a winter if we wished to, and we could do that in one session. That would be a session if I went through and it literally was like August to March, and that was an hour session with the time-lapsing or just going through the hour. That would be an hour, so that would only leave 6 sessions left to run on the map. So yeah, again, I can't run monster sessions, but I can run like what would be about an hour including time lapses, which really means I could run some long ones, but I have only got so much time to do this because I have got to live and go to work and all the rest of it too. So they're not all going to be monster sessions because I couldn't possibly keep that up for any length of time. So yeah, this so far is just an explanation. I'm going to cut this one at this point. and then I'm going to start the actual sort of session. But let's get rid of the cache first. When we move to our second map, we're not, I might have already explained this, but I've said it, I've done it already before on the other map, so I don't know what I've said here and what I've actually said there. But yeah, when we go to the second map, this is the only map where we have the full 300,000. On every other map, because you're taking the equipment across, I'm going to penalise us. We're not allowed to have 300,000. We're only going to have 100,000 because we should be taking equipment with us, so we won't need equipment. So we're going to be almost new farmer start on each map. Or is that's a bit too tight? You can't always buy a field for 100 grand, and then you're going to need productions. And then if you did contracts, yeah, okay, I agree. That is a bit true. You've got to have enough money for a production and enough money for a field. Now, even on most maps, 100 grand for a field is a little bit tight. It's not going to give you very much. So, and 100 grand for fertilizer and all that type of stuff to put one production down, it's got to be doable. So yeah, we'll say 200 grand, but that's it on every single map. 200,000 start, no generators, hard economy, 7 sessions per map. So that's it. So I hope you can join me, and I really do ask for your input on this, on where we go from Buckland Farm. So I'm going to say goodbye for now.